How gutsy are you? I mean, are you willing to dive in and ask the tough question when everybody else is going to give up? How gutsy are you? Well, hi, Jeff Shore here with you, and we want to talk today about sales gutsiness, whether or not you are gutsy to say the things, to ask the questions that other salespeople simply would not. And I want to start by telling you a story. This is a story that takes place in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the salesperson who sells new homes there. So this lady comes into the home, and she's with her adult daughter. The salesperson is asking, well, tell me about the home you live in right now. And the lady says, oh, I love my home. I love it so much. It's just, I've got it decorated the way I like it. It is so, so nice. Salesperson says, okay. So she's thinking, why are you moving? The salesperson asks, well, what about your neighborhood? Tell me about your neighborhood. And the lady says, oh, I have the best neighbors. They are wonderful people. And we close the street and we have block parties. I'm sort of the unofficial mayor of my neighborhood. Now the salesperson is getting even more confused. Well, why are you here if you're so happy in your home and your neighborhood? So the salesperson progresses along. So let me just go show you a home. She takes her inside of a home. The lady walks into the kitchen and the lady goes, oh, I love this kitchen. This is exactly what I was hoping to find. The salesperson thinks, oh, okay, we got it. She's in an older home right now with a bad kitchen. She doesn't want to update it. That's why she's moving. And she says to the lady, tell me why you love this kitchen. And this lady responds, you know why I love this kitchen? Because it reminds me so much of the kitchen that I have right now. Now, I don't care what you sell. I want you to step into that conversation for a moment and recognize that we are dealing with a very, very common problem in sales. It's the problem of disconnected dots. That's how I refer to it, disconnected dots. Those dots do not connect. We have somebody who is shopping for a home, but who totally loves the homes that she has right now. There's a part of the customer story that doesn't connect. It doesn't make sense. So what do you do when you come across disconnected dots? Let me ask it another way. Are you gutsy enough to step in and ask the question that other people would not? Now, in this case back in Las Vegas, the salesperson says to the lady, they're in a model home, it's fully decorated, and she says, let's have a seat. They sit down right in the dining room. The salesperson looks at the lady and says, can I just tell you, I've been doing this long enough to figure one thing out, and that is that everybody moves for essentially the same reason. They want to improve their lives. But everything you're telling me about your home and your life right now sounds perfect. I think I'm missing something. Tell me why, really, that you want to move. Now, let me pause there for a second and just ask you the question, what do you think? Because it takes some gutsiness to tell a customer, sit down and tell me the truth. But that's essentially what she did. She told that customer, she called out the customer to say, you're not telling me everything I need to know, and I can't solve your problem until you do. That's what's happening here. This is a really interesting scenario. Would you do it? Would you be gutsy enough to ask that question? Now, the lady looks at the salesperson and she says, look, let me just tell you what's going on, okay? First of all, I'm not crazy, all right? I'm not a lunatic. I'm not into palm readers and tarot cards, and I don't even read my own horoscope. I don't really get into that whole supernatural thing, except for this. My house is haunted. And every month, on the first day of the month, a ghost shows up in my house and says to me, audibly, get out. Now, at this point, the salesperson is stunned to hear this, right? And she looks over at the adult daughter to see if the adult daughter is going to be sitting there going, psycho. But the adult daughter is like, I don't know what to tell you. I've never heard the ghost, but it doesn't make it unreal. It is as real as it is in the mind of the prospect. And in this particular case, this prospect is really dealing with a really serious situation. I just want to just challenge you right now and ask you the question, would you have gone there? Because here's the deal, that salesperson is going to learn things that no other salesperson is ever going to learn. That's the reality of this situation. Are you gutsy enough to ask the questions that nobody else will ask? You want an example that we all have to deal with? You asked for the sale. Yay, good for you. But they said no. Uh-oh. Are you gutsy enough to ask again? Because the lesser salesperson is going to look like this. But the great salesperson is going to look like this. Here's another example. You got a customer who is asking you for some sort of additional spiff or incentive. Will you hold your ground, or will you give in to make the customer happy? Great salespeople are gutsy enough to stare that down. They're gutsy enough to do the right thing. One last example. Are you gutsy enough to challenge yourself just to make one more call? Just one more. Are you gutsy enough to challenge yourself to do more than anybody else is going to do in order to get results that they could never dream of getting? Are you gutsy? Are you gutsy enough to go for it? I mean, this kind of gutsy.
Their number 3, who was previously number 2, is now walking the last 80 meters. She is in severe duress here, trying to finish up.
This is the guts that cross country brings out in athletes.
This is very gutty here. Oh boy, about 5 meters. Hopefully she will get back up. And look at her. Such a courageous effort trying to cross that finish. As soon as she crosses, they will scoop her up and take her to the medical tent right away.
Be gutsy, my friends, and you'll change someone's world. Thanks for watching another episode of the 5-Minute Sales Training. Please let everybody else know about this. If you haven't subscribed, just hit that little subscribe button. That little bell will give you a notification when we got a new video ready for you, ready to go. Thanks for watching, and until next time, learn more to earn more.